Welcome to Shit They Don't Tell You.
Hello, welcome to Shit They Don't Tell You. I'm Nikki Limo.
And I'm Steve Green. And today we have indeed a very special episode because we take and we take and we take.
We take.
And we take. But today we give.
Oh.
Because
we no take?
We no take, we give.
Oh.
Okay, because today we usually take a lot of things from Reddit, and we do Am I the Asshole?
Am I the Asshole?
Well, today we're taking people's relationship questions on Reddit, and we're giving back.
Okay. Well, let's go.
Okay.
So a lot of times we take questions from you guys, by the way, on our Ask Us Anything episodes, and they happen to be relationship questions, even though you can ask us anything, but a lot of people like to ask us relationship questions.
99.9%.
And you can email them to podcast@nikki.limo, nikki.limo, and you could have your question answered, your personal question answered on the show. You can remain anonymous if you want, or you can be your authentic self.
Also, nothing gets you to the front of the line like going to patreon.com/sticky.
STIKKI.
Submitting your question bumps you to the top of the queue. All right. Also, I do a show called Crypto Corner there every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We talk about
there's
cryptos.
a lot of other perks.
A lot of stuff.
But we want to give.
Yeah, that's right. We're giving back. Okay, so the first piece of advice we're going to give.
Yes.
And we are not experts, but we sure do act like them on the internet.
This is for entertainment value only. Don't come for us.
Exactly. So first question. She's 24 female.
Okay.
Boyfriend, 24 male. Says, I am not allowed to go on vacation with my friends. What should I do?
What? Just point blank?
She's not allowed.
Just point blank not allowed to?
You got to hear him out.
Okay. I'm listening.
Okay, you're judging a lot.
I am keeping an open mind.
Okay. She says, I was invited to go on vacation with my sister and her friends to go on a 3-day cruise over spring break.
Like maybe she's allergic to vacations and he's trying to protect her. Maybe she like breaks out in hives or some
maybe
shit.
Maybe she can't swim. She's going on a cruise. That's a little scary. Maybe you should learn how to swim first, babe. I'm worried about you,
It sounds like there weren't even any exceptions carved out. Just point blank not allowed to. Anyway,
I told my boyfriend that I wanted to go, and he immediately shut me down, saying that a cruise is just where people get drunk and cheat and then get taken advantage of.
Oh my God.
He also said that my sister will try to push me to cheat on him.
Ew.
For a little background on the sister situation, I love my sister dearly. She's been in a relationship for 5 years. They're happy. She has a lot more freedom in her relationship, though, than I do. She's allowed to go out to the bar with her friends or basically just do whatever she wants, and I'm basically not allowed to do anything. I'm barely allowed to go out with friends without him accusing me of cheating or being sneaky.
I think she knows in her heart that this feels wrong.
You think?
But go ahead.
So he says that my sister is an attention whore who will talk to any guy, and that he isn't a spineless bitch like her boyfriend for letting her go out and do whatever she wants with her friends and guy friends.
Do you want to induce vomiting in me, or is that just an extra side effect?
You know I like it.
You picked this on purpose.
You know I like it.
God.
Don't king shame out there. I get where he's coming from, but I feel like he's overreacting and really doesn't know me as a person if he truly thinks I'm going to do that. It just seems like he's being really insecure.
No shit. Can you imagine just like also he's talking massive shit about like calling your sister an attention whore and all kinds of shit.
Everyone sucks but him.
And yeah, exactly.
Everyone
and you
sucks
just
but
sit
him.
there and listen and go, I can see his point, but you know, maybe a little freedom would be cool. Maybe we're pretty nice a little bit, just a little smidge.
Okay, now that you judged big time.
Uh-huh.
And you supposed hugely.
Yeah. And I am not finished supposing.
Let me give you a little more.
I'm not finished judging.
Let me give you a little more background.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason he doesn't trust me, Nikki.
Uh-huh.
Is because we went to the bar last year with my sister and her friends, and my sister suddenly came and grabbed me and pulled me through the crowd over to this guy. He ended up being a childhood friend, my aunt's best friend's son, whatever that is.
Whatever, a childhood friend.
So naturally, we're like, oh my God, hi, so crazy to see you here. We hadn't seen him in like 12 years. And that's literally all I said to him. Now do you feel like an idiot?
Wow, yeah, she's an asshole for sure.
Now do you feel like an asshole?
Yeah, I shouldn't have judged.
Then my sister was like, let's take a pic to send to our aunt. And so she took the pic of all of us. And then my sister's boyfriend runs over and is like, hi, I'm Tom. And the childhood friend was nice about it. And then my boyfriend went over, I will admit a little more aggressively, and said, hi, my name's Pete or whatever. The childhood friend freaked out.
Fucking Pete.
The childhood friend freaked out and started cussing him out really bad. Then was like, you're a dick, bye. It was good to see you guys, and hugged me and my sister so quickly. I didn't even know what was going on. It was very weird, and we were all so confused. We got in a huge fight because I didn't stand up for him or say anything, and I let him hug me, which I admit I shouldn't have and should have said something, but was drunk, and this 6'2" man was screaming at my boyfriend, and it was scary. It all happened so fast. Since then, he claims I'm a cheater because I flirted with him.
Why are you with this guy? Like, why are you with this guy? I think this girl, while she's writing this post, has to be like, damn, why the fuck am I with this guy?
She's also 24.
Yeah, I know. It's the most vulnerable.
She's like noob relationship.
Yeah, anything
noob.
under 25, like, you're still figuring shit out. Like, even if you think you know yourself, because I definitely was a person that thought I knew myself from a very young age, and like, you know, definitely went into my early 20s like, no, I know who I am, but I fucking didn't, okay? Because you just don't have enough experience. But I think this is, in the long run, good that she's getting this experience done early. But yeah, like, what the fuck? I hate the word allow. Like,
it's insane.
I fucking hate that word when it comes to relationships. Like, my boyfriend won't allow me to, my boyfriend won't give me permission to blah, blah, blah. Like, a relationship is rules that you agree on together. That is a relationship. That's all it is. So, like, if you have, whether you have an open relationship or a monogamous relationship or whatever it is, you still have a set of rules that you as a couple agreed upon together. And if that is not an agreed upon rule, if it's not both parties mutually agreeing on a rule that feels comfortable, then it's not a fucking healthy relationship.
Yeah, the thing about a guy like this is just he's so insecure,
he's so possessive,
and he's he's expressing that through being possessive, that there's just no dealing with this guy. There's just only you can break up. That's it.
Yeah, that's the only way he's gonna learn too. And maybe he'll change. Maybe he'll learn from it, or maybe
he's young and insecure,
or maybe he'll think all women are whores forever and go that route. You know, you never know how it's gonna happen. Maybe there'll be time of self-reflection. I don't know. Enough people telling him that these are not marks of someone with confidence and self-esteem.
Don't you remember being a certain age and like your person is like the top of the mountain or whatever?
Yeah, definitely.
And you just can't believe like
now they're like so low. I'm like, where are you down? Well, how far are you down there?
Yeah, now I'm too zoomed out.
No, but yeah.
But it's like all of your feelings and like in the tips of your fingers and your toes is like so directed towards this person.
Yeah.
And then you see them like talking to somebody else and you're like, oh no, it's about to be all over.
Yeah, I mean, I totally remember that. It's just hard to internalize it now after having gone through over a decade of a healthy relationship.
Agreed.
That it's so much easier for us to say on the outside, like, how do you not see this, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's hard when feelings are involved. You can't, it's like the heart wants what it wants.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, obviously this chick needs to break up with this guy, and hopefully he does learn, and you know, he's kind of a fucking monster, by the way.
Yeah, an absolute monster.
Yeah, it like that. Her sister is a total bitch cunt, and because she introduced her to an old friend.
Well, and not only that, but like the way she's describing it, you're saying that your partner, the reason he won't allow you to go on a cruise is because he doesn't trust you to not cheat on him.
Yeah,
like
man.
He thinks that you're the most able to be manipulated, the most naive, the most gullible, like piece of shit person that anyone could just whisper in your ear, hey, you should cheat on your boyfriend, and you'll on a whim go fuck somebody. Yeah. Like that is like, so there's no trust.
No trust.
So that is the foundation of a relationship. What are you even doing? Like, what does he even like you for if he doesn't even believe you'll be faithful to him for 3 days?
So Reddit, as we give back to you,
I'm pissed.
We tell you to break up. We think you should break up.
Steve picked this to piss me off.
I did. I really liked that one. I knew that you would get all fucking pissed about it and worked up.
Yeah, but also I'm so sorry to all you 24-year-olds out there going through this for the first time. You know, fucking hang in there. Like, do some reflecting. It's good that you're even posting this on Reddit.
It is really good, actually.
Like, that's
because you obviously know something's weird about it. You're not totally enraptured in your relationship, which is good. Yeah. Okay.
Probably her manipulative sister telling her that she's in a toxic relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they always do that too. To like a good influence,
Yeah.
they make,
vilify it.
They make him nuclear. Yeah, they make them radioactive.
Well, you wouldn't even be having these thoughts or questioning me if it wasn't for that darn sister of yours.
Yeah, and she's obviously a whore, and she's obviously cheating on her guy. Okay. Next question. I, 27 female, lost all sexual and emotional desire towards my husband, 30 male. We've been together for 12 years. We've been married for 18. We have kids.
Okay.
Last month, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They've been married for 8. They've been together for 12 years.
Wait, they've been together.
For 12 years. 27 and 30.
12 years? But what was the 18-year thing? You mean married for 8 years?
Married
probably.
for 8 years. Yeah, married for 8.
Okay, because I was going to say that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, 12 years. Wow.
Yeah. By the way, the year is 1812.
Right. So she was 15 when they got together?
I assume so. If that's the math, you do the math.
27 minus 12 is 15.
There you go. Last month on my birthday, I realized that I'm indifferent to him. I don't have a desire for him to be near me. I don't want him to touch me. When he tries to instigate sex, I feel the way I would imagine if a random stranger tried.
Yeah, she's got the ick.
Our marriage has been rocky since the beginning. We have made it this far due to my ability to forgive him, aka my stupidity. When he punched holes in walls while screaming our son wasn't his because he has blue eyes, I forgave him.
Wow, he doesn't understand alleles.
Whew. What's alleles?
Well, actually that is pretty weird because I think you need 2 blue-eyed parents to create a blue-eyed.
Do you?
Unless you're a carrier.
Isn't it recessive?
If they're both carriers. They both have to be carriers.
Yeah, my dad had a blue-eyed kid, and my dad has brown eyes. And
yeah,
my
they
mom
both have to
has,
be carriers. Not both.
My mom has green eyes.
Both have to be. You don't have to both have blue eyes. You just have to both be carriers of the blue-eyed gene.
When he was so drunk he couldn't drive me to the hospital when I was in preterm labor, I forgave him. When he told me that I'm obligated to, count the sexual assault that my uncle instigated on me as a child.
Oof.
I should count it as someone that I slept with. I forgave. Holy
what the fuck?
Shit. He's gotten better-ish. He still dismisses my feelings. I have to beg him to shower. No, it's not depression. He says he doesn't like the clean feeling. He doesn't scream or punch walls anymore. He still has no aspirations in life, though. He's controlling, wants to know where I am, what I'm doing, who I'm talking to 100% of the time. I've been attending therapy. I'm in college online. Don't have it in me to care anymore. If he didn't come home and ran off to another country to live, I don't feel like I'd care. I tried telling him I'm not happy, that I don't feel like he loves me, and that I don't think I can get past the past. He says, I do love you. Sorry you feel that way, and that's it.
No, he likes having an object. He's like ownership love.
You think?
Yeah, like, you mean, he uses the term love, but it means ownership. It means you're my thing.
Yeah, this is wild.
It's really gross.
It's a bad one. Yeah, it's a bad one. He currently is convinced I'm cheating on him, saying, quote, why else would you be acting like this? Even though I've told him why. I'm just so tired. Is there any saving this? Is it even worth it?
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend, when I got the ick and wanted to break up, thought I was cheating on him too. No, it's like, no, I'm breaking up with you so I don't cheat on you. Like, if I wanted to cheat, why would I?
Thing.
Yeah, like I'm breaking up with you because I'm not attracted to you. Yeah. Like, it doesn't. There's nothing. I didn't do any party fouls. Didn't do anything wrong. I'm like, that's literally the reason you should break up with someone before cheating on them.
Yeah. What's a party foul?
It's like everyone's having a party and then you ruined the party. You fouled it.
Is it?
Yeah, like you knocked a glass over and you shattered it, and it's a party foul.
I like it.
'Cause now it's like, damn, we all got to stop the party to clean up this glass.
That makes sense.
It's like, yeah, I'm not like, it doesn't. I mean, but that's what they say because they're insecure already.
Yes.
There's also what cheaters say.
Oh yeah.
Like if you're cheating on somebody, you more accuse the person of cheating on you.
Yeah, this guy's kind of wild because, like, even like, okay, there's kids involved, and my natural pull is to like try to do something for that.
Run.
But then, yeah, this guy's really rough. Like saying that you have to count like a body count.
Oh no, that's so rough.
Insane,
that's
bro.
crazy. Also, like, does he understand how conception works? Like, if your uncle sexually assaulted you when you were a child, that doesn't create a baby years later. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that.
So weird.
I think he's just talking about she cheated on him and that's why their kid had blue eyes or whatever later on.
She cheated on him with her uncle?
No. I think he's accusing her of a different separate
Just
incident.
saying if you were able to get assaulted by your uncle, who knows what you're capable of? Like
I don't know if it's that. I think he's just saying why this kid had blue eyes. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but
and he's obviously a very...
Well, I don't get the uncle point, though.
The uncle thing was just, he told me I'm obligated to count the sexual assault as someone I slept with.
Oh, this is like a separate issue.
Separate issue.
I see.
Yeah.
I thought he was like saying
No.
the uncle caused the blue-eyed kid.
No.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, that's gonna be a solid breakup for me. What about you, Nikki?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could work it out. It's not
Nice.
breakup.
Well handled.
Thank you.
You had me tricked because I thought, oh,
Yeah.
she's going down this one path, and then you flipped it. I was like that.
Gotcha.
I always like that.
Man, you really wanted me to start off bitter this episode. I was having a nice old morning.
Getting worked up is really fun, I have to say. Okay, you're gonna like this one.
Am I?
Yeah.
I think you're going to like this one.
Are you ready?
Yes.
My 30 female fiance, and he's a 40-year-old male,
Okay.
is having an affair with a dead woman.
What?
Yeah. Here's my dilemma. Do I postpone my wedding and give us a shot to work this out, or do I run from the hills?
What?
My fiance,
This premise
40
is
male, and
so wild.
it's
I
juicy.
can't handle
and I,
it.
30 female, have been together for 9-ish years. A year or two through our relationship, we spent some time apart, as I felt he had an inappropriate relationship with a coworker. They're both realtors. We ended up getting back together, but he continued to sleep with her during the first few months of us trying to work things out. We did work things out. The infidelity isn't as big of an issue for me as it is the other people. I quickly felt trust with him again, and things were great. The issue of the affair has rarely come up since we talked through our resolution years ago. Well handled, very mature. 6 years later, we got engaged. Almost a year after that, his mistress died. Excuse my cold tone with this, but to me, she is not a good person, and I will never see her in that light. I found out she had a fetish for taking men, and she had played a big role in the end of 4 other marriages. My fiance went to the funeral and spoke at her parents' request, despite my expressing how hurtful and disrespectful that was in my eyes.
That's pretty crazy.
In the months following her death, he has participated in fundraising held in honor of this woman. I have continued to express how hurtful and disrespectful I find this involvement in this. So he's not just like going to the funeral. He's like fundraising, starting a foundation
This
with
is
this.
wild.
This bitch. I'm capable of and have shown that I can move on from things and forgiving him for the original affair. But when he keeps doing things that bring it to the forefront of our relationship, I can't help but feel hurt by it. There's a messy history after all. I feel like I've sacrificed so much, sat back, and been the one to bend and compromise on everything surrounding her. And in these situations, I can't see anything that he's compromised on when it comes to it. All I see is an inappropriate and disrespectful emotional connection to his dead mistress. Holy shit.
Yeah, it sounds like he's still in love with her.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
It's pretty bad, right?
Having an affair with a dead woman. It's like he's like almost still emotionally cheating on her, but since the physical person's gone, it's like you can't call it that.
It's crazy though, because like he can't cheat on her. She's dead, right?
Yeah.
It's like and so you know,
still emotionally,
it's so weird.
He's contributing his time and emotions to.
Yeah, why isn't he doing nice stuff for his chick?
Yeah, that's really weird. And that it was 6 years ago that they ended things.
Yeah, and her parents needed to reach out to him to like speak. It's weird.
That's pretty odd.
I wonder if they really ended things.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Because 6 years should be more than enough time to completely have moved on from all of that.
Sounds like the love of his life passed away.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a roughie.
That's really hard.
Right? Is that a toughie or a roughie for you?
That's a rough toughie.
Yeah, I think it is a rough toughie. I'm gonna say it's a roughie.
Yeah. I hit the breakup button.
I would have to say hit the breakup button.
Because to me, that's dredging up something that we buried.
And the cat keeps doing it.
Yeah.
So apparently there's a fundraising dinner just the other night to honor her. How many fucking things can you honor someone with, by the way?
I'm gone. You don't respect me.
He says, this is where, she says, this is where things really hit the fan. I again expressed my feelings on the situation, especially since he didn't tell me until an hour before he was going to leave to attend.
What's really hard is how long that they've been together. I get that. Like, you've been through so much already.
Yeah.
There's like a sunken time fallacy. And also, honestly, when you first got together, you were in your 20s because she's 30 now.
Yep.
So, like, it seems like you like are gonna have to start all over again, but you're starting over again from a better place.
And they're only engaged. They're not married yet.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, legally, you dodged a bullet, to be honest.
Yeah, you did.
Because it's way harder to get out after the contracts are signed. It's more expensive, at least. I guess maybe not harder, but like more expensive.
Yeah,
it's
more
more chaotic and messy to get out after legal stuff has happened. But yeah, get out.
Yeah, man.
You deserve better. This man does not respect you.
Boy, we're on a roll with the breakup advice, aren't we?
I mean, all of these are just breakup city.
Yeah.
And I think the reason people are posting is it all seems like they've
Turmoil.
been together for a long time and they don't want to let go, so they're looking to make absolute sure that they're making the right decision before pulling the trigger. But yeah, this one's a little trickier because it's like he's at least not technically cheating on her.
Yeah, it's a toughie, man.
But I just see that as like such a disrespect. Like, cheating is disrespectful. This is also disrespectful. I don't see it being that much different.
I'm going to say breakup.
Yeah.
100%. Okay, next one.
Yeah.
I, 36 female, need advice on how not to feel dumb like my 38 male husband says that I am. I never thought of myself
Wait,
as
how old is she?
36.
Okay.
I never thought of myself as dumb or stupid before I got married 12 years ago, but my husband has a very strong reaction when I don't do things correctly and says hurtful things, so it's pretty ingrained in me that I am what he says I am. Tonight I made a very stupid mistake. He had been on a business trip for the past 5 days, and I've been taking care of the kids and working in the meantime. Before bed, I was making sure to lock all the doors in order to be safe. We mostly only use the garage door to enter the house, and I don't think he has a key to the front door in his car. He was coming home from the airport, and I decided to go lay next to my son, who often wakes up scared if he's alone. Well, I didn't realize I had locked the garage door. My phone was on silent, and I fell asleep.
Oh, no.
I woke up to 18 missed calls and 16 really mean texts because he couldn't get in the house. I understand I made a huge mistake, and I feel horrible. And if I could go back, I would have never locked that door. I would have stayed up and waited for him. Of course, I can't do any of that, but I can't get over the feeling of being just so stupid to make a mistake like that. I guess I don't know what I'm looking for in terms of advice, but I have a lot of anxiety over him being so mad at me and not knowing what to do to fix the situation. How would you deal with something like this?
I know why you picked this.
Why did I pick it? Why did I pick it?
Maybe a few reasons. Number one, this was my dad for 100%, 1000% sure. Like, this is my fucking dad. Like, I would make mistakes well, I was like very intelligent on paper, like IQ wise and academic wise.
Doesn't matter.
But when it came to like things like this,
dumb?
I leave my keys in the car. I can't find my phone ever. Like, my
Can't find
phone's
your
always
water
on
bottle.
silent. I don't know. And I get so mad at
You lock
myself.
yourself out of cars.
Because it's inconvenient to me too. And obviously my intentions are not to make anyone else's life harder, but it would by default like end up causing a lot of turmoil for him. And then he'd say a lot of mean things and make me feel stupid. But then
Nikki's so stupid she locked herself out of a keyless car. That's how stupid Nikki is.
that didn't happen.
Imagine if it did.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
how
actually
stupid you
so thankful for fobs.
Me too.
Because I
Thank
would
God.
so many times I would have locked my keys in the car. 1,000%.
Dude, we'd be doing like $500 a year to black.
Oh yeah,
I used
to drain my parents' AAA because I would use it all on locks, like always, like locking my keys in the car. I had to call them to like bail me out like so many times before we had those fobs. But then on the other foot, I get so mad at Steve when he does this shit. Like a couple of times.
What'd I do?
Like, huh?
What'd I do?
Well, like I'm not mean. I'm not that mean. But like when I don't bring my I didn't bring the extra keys because I forget. Usually we enter through the garage door like this lady, but the couple of times I've Ubered or gone out with people, I forget to bring a house key, and then I'm locked out, and then Steve falls asleep, and then I can't get in the house. And it's like, I'm not mad at him. It's my fucking dumb fault for not having an extra set of keys, but I'm mad at the situation that I'm locked out. It's cold usually, or it's very hot like now, and I just want to get in my bed. I'm tired, I'm drunk, or whatever it is, whatever I brought an Uber, did an Uber instead of, driving myself, but I just want to get in the house, and I can't get in the house, and it's making me sad and upset.
You have to vent.
Yeah.
You're a venter and you have to vent.
But I don't think I've definitely called you a billion times when that happens, but I don't think I've sent mean texts or tried to make you feel stupid.
I also don't think you've ever been outside for more than 15 minutes, without me coming to the rescue.
Yeah, I usually just
even when I was with the boys and we were doing a fucking reading and I was in the middle of Hollywood, I got home in 20 minutes.
I usually just cry.
Yeah. She locked herself out in the middle of a heat wave in LA.
That one I was in a better mood because it was more in the daytime and I wasn't tired. I think when it's a combination of being tired and wanting to go to bed, it physically hurts me to stay awake when I'm tired. I can't handle anything.
Yeah.
And so that's more likely to be a meltdown situation. But yeah, I don't berate Steve, although that was what I got as a kid. I think that was just my dad's way of venting. He just, whoever's the closest, whoever did the thing, whatever it was, you're fucking stupid. How could you do that? But he did the same type of things. I think it's, I don't know, maybe a projection of what he beats himself over. So I feel bad for this situation.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't necessarily make the husband a bad person. It also doesn't make you stupid.
Sounds like he constantly is doing this though, nitpicking her about being stupid about stuff.
That's hard.
And I think that's a little bit of a roughie.
It's a projection of his own the way he treats himself. He's a perfectionist. Yeah, clearly. Obviously everyone makes mistakes, but he is probably so hard on himself making mistakes that he's super hard on other people too. And I'm not defending that behavior. I think that's definitely something that is unhealthy and needs to be rectified, but I don't even know if he knows why he's doing that or if he cares to fix it.
Yeah, this one's I think more of a toughie for me.
It's a toughie.
Yeah. Because it's not hey, just break up.
I know.
I think the dude's just kind of an asshole, and sometimes it's hey, dude, stop. You got to stop treating me like this, really.
It's a therapy thing.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got to do some work on himself to change this particular behavior.
Yeah.
And also realize that he's hurting his partner's feelings and diminishing her self-worth when he does this stuff.
Exactly. And when we come back, we will have much, much more advice as we give back.
I think Steve just wants to make me sad and angry today.
Well, you know what wouldn't make Nikki sad and angry is if you checked us out on Patreon, patreon.com/sticky. Nothing helps the show more.
That would put a smile, turn my frown upside down.
And we will be right back.
Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. We just want to take a break to tell you to thanks for listening to our podcast. And if you want to rate it, that would be really awesome for us.
Listen, we're on break. We're not talking to you like podcast hosts right now. We're just talking to you like people.
As a friend.
And we just want to say, please rate the show because it helps out huge amounts.
We're not desperate. We're kind of desperate.
We're giving shout outs right now to all the people who are giving it ratings. So huge shout out right now to Brian Jorgensen. That was sick of you, dude. Thank you. God bless. Huge shout out right now to Mark W. in Springfield, Connecticut.
Back to our podcast.
Jenny Blyke.
Hey, back to our podcast.
In Tuscany,
and
Florida.
Back to our podcast.
God bless you. Thank you.
Steven.
Thank you for supporting the show. And we are back.
Hello.
And we're going to come at you hot.
Oh, no.
He's a 29 male. My girlfriend, 29 female, has hooked up with many guys in her immediate friend group.
Wait, 29 male and 29 female?
Yes.
Okay.
My girlfriend, about 5 months, has a core group of about 15 to 20 people that all hang out together. In this group, she has had sex with 5 of the guys, all within the last 2 years.
Okay.
All were multiple time occurrences, not just oneers, as they say.
Okay.
In the biz.
Very ancestral friend group.
I'm having a hard time. They're probably improvers, dude. I swear to God.
I know, exactly.
They're improvisers.
This is
Jesus.
All of LA.
Yeah, this is exactly any club in LA.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm having a hard time dealing with it since she's constantly around them. Oh, they're on a volleyball team that plays every week.
Okay.
and they're all in group text chats together for coordinating events and are at every party or larger gathering together.
Okay.
Likewise, I am constantly around them when attending these functions. For example, her friend group is renting 2 boats next month on the lake, and 4 of the 15 people on the boats will be friends she slept with.
Some people are just like that.
I'm also going. I'm dreading going on this boat, but these people are very ingrained in her friend group, and I can't just not be around them. We've talked about it. She says she doesn't see them in a sexual way anymore. I do tend to believe her. The issue is that I constantly think about the fact that she used to be intimate with these people when they're around. Honestly, it's giving me a ton of anxiety, obviously.
I don't know if it's that obvious, but go ahead.
Well, obviously, it's giving them anxiety.
Oh, giving him anxiety.
Giving him anxiety.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you meant the. Okay.
No.
Right.
I'm thinking about it even when I'm not around them or she is not around them, and it's been really hard for me. In my head, I'm thinking about the fact that they've been naked together, sexually intimate, etc. They put the pee-pee in the mouth, etc.
Yeah, the pee go in the mouth.
In the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
It's intimate.
People do that.
But if someone's seen your chick do that,
but
you know,
he didn't see it. He's just like imagining it. But
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's not his pee.
Keep going.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of thoughts already. But
We both have pretty sexually active pasts. That doesn't bother me. I don't know how many men she's slept with. I've met non-friend ex-partners of hers by happenstance, bumping into them in the city, and she just says, "Hi, how are you?" And that doesn't bother me at all. The proximity and the fact that they're in her immediate friend group is what's difficult. Part of me wants to end the relationship because I don't want to be in this close proximity of my girlfriend's ex-sex partners all the time. But at the same time, I'm going to love her, and everything else has been amazing. I don't want to feel like this anymore, and I'm hopeful that maybe I don't have to with time, but I really don't know. What should I do?
Okay, so she sounds really secure and honest.
Yes.
Like I've definitely like had guy friends that I hooked up with and then still continued to be friends without any sexual. I like didn't feel like I would not have sex with them again. You know, like I was not.
That's big of you.
You know, right?
That's
like,
really big of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was tough. I mean, it's super tough. No,
Wait,
but I mean,
why
like,
was it tough?
you know, in the comedy circle, and like you were saying with improvisers. And,
Oh my God,
I
they're
mean,
all
it's just such a
fucking
small.
sucking
Like
each
you're
other.
always doing. Like you're not going to give up doing the thing, right? She doesn't want to give up doing volleyball, and like finding a group was probably not the easiest to find a new group,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you play with these people, you have a hobby that's healthy, and they naturally are part of your friend group. Well, now you like went and mucked it up because you involved sex,
Yeah.
okay? But
put
then,
the pee-pee in.
but if you can compartmentalize and you don't think about them when you're not, I mean, you only think of them as in the hobby state. It's just like going back to work with somebody that you hooked up with or whatever. And I'm sure that they've moved on too, or maybe they haven't. Doesn't matter because she doesn't care. She's not like into them in that way. So you trust your girlfriend. That's not the issue. But like you're kind of causing your own self strife by continuously thinking about
Dwelling on it.
But why? But I have to ask you, Steve, because I think that from conversations that we've had, it's hard for you not to do that. Right?
Well, I'm very territorial.
Yeah. So can you explain a little bit more about like how you feel when that happens? Because obviously you trust me.
Yeah, it's not about
But
you.
it's not about me.
Your own personal. It's like he's saying. He's like, it's not about her. She's
we've
great.
been in the same room many times with
Many times
some people that I've
you've banged.
many
Many
not
times.
that many times.
A lot of times.
But like maybe like 3
like, you know
to
how many
5
days are in the
times.
year? Like, you know, about a third of that.
Shut up. But like, you know, they're in the group. They're you know, they're in the same industry. They run in the same circles. So we've like ended up in the same rooms together. Us as a couple went to a wedding and they're there.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I didn't hate it because he was a nice dude.
yeah, you guys got along
Yeah, he
before
was
that,
cool.
right? So, but okay, there's like if you were in a room with people, like let's say I had hooked up like that on that level,
Yeah.
hooked up with 3 people in the room.
My whole thing is like I don't think anyone was able to step on your head the way that I do.
Yeah, this is my biggest kink.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah,
I don't think about it.
They don't have as big a feet.
That's what I'm saying.
They can't cover the whole. They can't cover the whole.
They can't
headspace.
cover your neck at all.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. Like my heel
I
digging
like,
into your
I like
neck
my,
is my
I like yeah, and,
Yeah,
and
my
I like
foot-
the padding of your foot into my
just
cheek.
all over the side of your head or the side of your face. I just think I bring it harder than anybody.
You do bring it harder than anybody. Obviously, that's why I chose you.
Exactly. That's the thing too. It's there is a thing of like, she's with you now, dude.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, is that maybe it's hard for me to add perspective because I don't see it as a problem. Like, I'm not hanging out with any of these people. Like, if they weren't in the group, I wouldn't see them.
Yeah,
right?
I was friends with a guy who I've been friends with people who like were railing on like the chick that I was with.
Yeah.
And that didn't bother me ever. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I guess for some reason I thought that it bothered you more, but okay.
I think it it bothered me when they're assholes to you.
Okay.
Then I get mad about it.
Sure.
Because I know what they did.
That's natural.
Yeah, like the guy who pushed you in the street and like treated like shit and all that stuff.
We don't hang, he's not in the same circles.
Well, right, but that guy's like dead to us, right?
Yeah.
So that guy, it's like, I have visceral feelings about it.
Yeah, for sure.
But like some guy who's just like spit in your mouth and like, beating you up for a little while, No,
because when we first got together, there was like a surprise you finding out that like after you were already friends with some of these people, like finding out.
Best friends.
And so we had to like disclose, is there anyone else that we've hooked up with so it's not a surprise anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I gave you quite the scroll.
Yeah.
I have quite the list.
A very long body count of our friends that
Santa Claus ain't got nothing on me, dude.
We're talking a lot of like inside stuff
inside
right now.
Baseball a little bit. Talking around some inside baseball,
I'm sorry.
as they say.
But point being,
walking around the bases.
For this guy, our friend here, I think if you trust your girlfriend and you love her for who she is, and she's not interested in any of these guys, she picked you and she's bringing you to these places. It's not like she's trying to separate you guys and like keep her side friendship relationships on over here and not mix the two. Like, she's happy to show you off.
But you have to be able to move past it. If you can't, then you're doomed.
Yeah, I mean, if you really can't get past this, then you should break up to set her free.
Exactly.
Not because she's a bad person or anything, but I really hope that you can get through this, that maybe you can just not think about the past. Like, the past is the past. You can't change the past. No one can change the past. So it's not, and it didn't happen while you guys were together. So maybe just like,
also,
just forget about it.
Volleyball does not last forever. People don't play volleyball forever.
Yeah.
Like, this is a little club, and they got the little friend group. Trust me and Nikki been in plenty of these.
Yeah, you just get tired after a while. Like, it's a lot of keeping up with.
Yeah, and you just will eventually not be as close to these people. They'll all do their own thing, start their own lives, get married, do all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
And you just won't have time to hang out with each other anyway.
Exactly.
So why would you sabotage something that's great? You say that you're loving on this chick.
Just enjoy this period of your life.
Just white knuckle it and fucking bite down bite your,
Like, imagine none of that was true. Maybe just don't think of that as having happened.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like anyone else is thinking about it.
Also, she's with you, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to visualize some guy's fucking shoe on the side of your chick's face.
And she's probably wishing that she didn't even tell you. But she's honest. I think it's more important that she was honest with you, honest. And that she doesn't have anything to hide.
Credit to her.
Yeah.
Credit to me for finding this article.
Yeah, good job.
But credit to her. So yeah, I think that was a good one though.
That was a good one. I mean, that's a hard one for people.
Because it's a toughie, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a toughie, but it's one that I think it's forcing you to confront your own issues that you need to get through.
Exactly. When I found it, I thought it was a roughie, but I ended up thinking it's
actually just a toughie.
Yeah, I think it's just a toughie. Okay. Next one. Okay, 36 female, asked my husband, 32 male, for a divorce, and he is losing his mind.
Well, that seems natural.
I have been with my husband for 3 years, married almost 2. I have been way more invested always in the relationship than him. I was faithful, super in love, did everything and anything to make him happy. I took in and raised his 4-year-old son for 1.5 years when his mother, who lived across the country, couldn't. I gave my husband his green card. I wanted more debt to support us before he got his green card and wasn't able to work a legit job. Throughout these few years, at least every 6 months or so, I would find out he's having inappropriate communication with various women.
Oof.
Instagram DMs, texts, pictures. For whatever reason, I would stick by him and take him back, even though it took a huge toll on me mentally and my physical health as well. I always had the intuition that he wasn't being honest with me, and I didn't really know the man that I married. My mistake, I know. The most recent time I confirmed him cheating was this past February. I gained access to his Apple Watch. I saw conversations, confronted him, and he told partial truths but mostly lied. Made it seem like it was all virtual cheating. He said he would stop. About a week later, still having that unsettling feeling, I swapped our SIM cards. Gosh, the fact that she's even doing that.
Yeah, I know exactly. It sucks.
Says it all. And the text messages started rolling in. I was able to communicate with one woman who thought she was talking to him, and I extracted information from her, which led me to a fetish website for sub-dom relationships where my husband had a whole profile leading back to October 2022, with pictures and videos of him fucking other chicks.
Oh my God.
I felt like I died that night. I'd never felt so much pain in my entire life.
Oh my God.
And then I still forgave him.
No.
We were trying to make it work.
I mean, you could forgive, but fucking move on.
He did actually stop after that, but he continued to be cold and distant. He wasn't communicating or trying to connect with me. He also started spending a lot of time at his baby mama's house after she broke up with her boyfriend with the excuse of needing to take care of his son.
I don't get what's in it for you. What's in it for you at all?
Right?
This guy does not respect you at all, like one iota.
Yeah. So then
No.
she puts a tracker on her vehicle on their vehicle before she left to go do therapy. Because apparently I needed to see for myself for the 1,000th time if he could be honest and trusted. The day after I left, the vehicle was in another state and stayed at some apartment complex for 2 days. The day after.
Bro.
I confronted him and he wouldn't explain himself. I decided then I was done, but I didn't tell him. A few days later, while I was in Arizona, I met someone while out celebrating my brother's birthday. The guy's a really good childhood friend of my brother. We ended up sleeping together and spent a ton of time together for the remainder of my trip. I extended my trip an extra week. I made up my mind that I was going home to get divorced and moving to Arizona to start again. I've always wanted to move there. That's
Good.
even better.
I feel like a lightness in my heart from this part of the
She
story.
already has hope.
Yeah.
I had spent the last few years thinking that there was no one else in the world for me but my husband, only to find out there are men out there who will treat me nice, who actually want to spend time with me, and are not fucking bitches privately.
This is an extreme version. This should just be glaringly obvious in your face, like, leave this guy.
Yeah. She says she also went on more dates in 2 weeks with this guy than her husband's taken her on in 2 years.
Yeah, this guy was just like using her.
Anyways, I ended up coming home. When I saw my husband, I wasted no time by letting him know that I wanted a divorce, and I've contacted a divorce mediator for us. He said okay at first, but quickly began unraveling. I've been home for a week now, and since he has been love bombing me with love notes, jewelry, flowers, saying anything and everything I've always wanted to hear, offering to do everything I've ever asked for. Apparently, he's been in therapy for the past 2 months, trying to work on himself, and he was waiting for me to come home from my trip so he could be vulnerable and do all these plans he said he's been working on.
That's such a great story. Cool story, bro.
He had explanations for where he was and what he was doing.
Oh, because he had time to craft it.
Regarding what I saw on the vehicle tracker. I do believe him, but it doesn't change my mind. She loves believing him.
Don't believe him. What the fuck?
For anyone wondering, he asked me if I cheated on him in Arizona, and I replied, let me show you how easy it is to be honest. Yes, I cheated on you.
I actually love that.
Yeah, she's kind of a bad bitch, huh?
Yeah.
He says he doesn't care because he deserved it and he forgives me. He's been bawling his eyes out, puking, begging, showering me with anything and everything. Dude, you had her a month ago.
No.
You still had her a month ago. You were fucking this up so bad.
Exactly.
She was all yours a month ago. Good Lord.
He just did not appreciate what he had.
He says he can't live without me. He's going to die if I leave him. I've never seen this man cry before. It breaks my heart.
Wah, wah, wah.
I know exactly how he feels. I was honestly so naive to think I could come home and end this and that he wouldn't really care. He'd be okay with it. He's not. As sad as it is to see him hurting, I just don't want to be with him anymore. A switch has been flipped. I decided I was done while I was away. And yeah, that's about it. She's just done. And
no, you just took his power away. He's not even like, once you come back to him, he's going to do the same shit. It's like this narcissist codependent relationship, and his codependent is leaving. So now it's taking his power away. He's crying over the power loss, not about you.
Exactly. He's losing the way that he had his life set up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It was perfect for him.
And good for fucking you
He could just clock in with his wife, then go pound town to other chicks, and then just clock back in and fucking just sleepwap through his day
doesn't
with her.
Take her on dates, doesn't fucking respect her, lies constantly, literally nothing in it for her.
Nothing.
And you found that there's light on the other side, and good for you.
Good for you.
And good for you for like just telling him point blank to his face.
Let me show you how easy this is. Yes, I cheated.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, I'm normally not a fan of revenge cheating, you know, where
same.
like I would not condone that. But the way that you did it, where you were already done in your heart. Like
Exactly.
you just hadn't physically done the paperwork, because like we said before, way harder to end a marriage than it is to end a non-married, non-legal contract signed relationship.
Yep.
So, you know, that part's going to take a little bit longer. Even after announcing the divorce, it's going to take longer to get it official. But yeah, I think you were already done. So I don't really even
She's done
see
now,
it
clearly, right?
as cheating.
Yeah, I don't see it as cheating either. And also, I think her last question is like, should she, like, how does she extract herself from the situation? Should she pack up and leave while he's at work?
Yeah.
I think so too.
You know, it's hard to, if it's that hard for you when they have their tentacles around you, like, you know, you think in your head it's going to be easy because obviously everything's so crystal clear when you're away from this person. But in that type of dynamic, the narcissist codependent dynamic, it is so much harder to do it in person because they know exactly where all your weak points are. They know exactly what you've been wanting, what they've been withholding from you.
He's doing it. It's kind of pulling her.
And it's really hard to get away from that when you're in person. I actually have a friend that just went through this, and we were all helping her, and it's so clear when she's away from him, but when they're in person, it's like you crumble and you start believing all of these things that they've crafted, this picture perfect story that they're selling you. They're really good at selling, like really good salesmen. Gotta hand it to them.
Narcissists
so I think
are good.
that the best way is to leave and cut cold turkey, like just cut off cold turkey. Obviously you still have to deal with the legal stuff, but you got to get out of there. You just have to get physically removed from that situation. And I think the best way to do it is when they're not there.
Yeah, I think so too.
So good luck. I wish you the best with your new life. That's like awesome.
Same. Next one's a little tricky.
I keep forgetting these aren't like actual people that wrote to us.
No, we're giving back to Reddit.
But yeah, we're giving back to Reddit. So Reddit user 5011.
Exactly. Okay, am I prioritizing my stepdaughter, 17 female, over my biological son, 31 male? My stepdaughter, 17 female, asked me if she could come visit. Of course I said yes. And this is the first time that she has asked. My son, 31 male, was scheduled to come have a medical procedure, which would be 4 weeks prior to the stepdaughter's arrival. Well, there were complications, which led to my son being in the hospital for 3 weeks. He was released to my care and is now recovering at my home so I can care for him. Stepdaughter is scheduled to come next week. My son is extremely upset and doesn't want a, quote, stranger to be at the house while he's not feeling well and wants to go home or disinvite the stepdaughter. I don't feel comfortable with my son being alone, but he doesn't want the stepdaughter to be at my home. I feel like she has just as much of a right to be here as any of my children, and have refused to disinvite her. I'm afraid I may be alienating my son, not sure how to blend the family. Any suggestions?
I don't get why it's not your home. I don't get why. I don't think the son should be, he's 31. I don't think you should be able to make the rules of who gets to come over. Like he's healing from a medical thing. He's being taken care of. She's not kicking him out. There's just this extra person who, actually she's more inconvenienced because now you're taking the bed or whatever.
Right.
But like, it's not like you're 31. I don't know. It's not your house. It's your mom. Sure. But like after a certain point, you're a grown-ass adult. Like your mom's taking care of you your mom's taking care of you during this process. She's not shutting you out, but you don't get to make the rules.
You don't get to make the rules.
I don't agree with him making the rules.
I do think if I was her, I'd be like, how much fun is the stepdaughter gonna have with this guy who's like recovering?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If the stepdaughter is not gonna have fun at all.
No.
I mean, actually she should maybe just tell the stepdaughter, hey, here's the situation, and see if the stepdaughter even wants to come.
Exactly. I'd be like, yo, I don't know if you want to come this weekend.
Yeah, like maybe we can push it another week. Like let it be
I'm gonna be taking bedpans out of this room.
Let it be her decision.
Yeah, man.
But like for the son to demand complete like control over the decision making, I don't know.
Pretty odd.
I don't think that it's his decision.
It's not his decision. It's
like,
not his house.
He says he'd go back home and the mom doesn't want him to be alone, but it just seems like he's being stubborn because he's not getting his way. He's kind of throwing a tantrum.
Yeah.
Like knowing that the mom won't want him to be alone.
Yeah. I think that's all I can say about it.
So isn't it really a relationship one?
It's not a relationship one.
But yeah,
it's more of
it's
a
like
roughie.
a family relationship.
Yeah. Well, it's
dynamic.
like how do you blend these relationships? Like the son and the daughter don't really know each other.
Okay.
Like how do you blend families?
Who cares? I guess that's just how I am. Maybe I've been spoiled to have such a like loving family. Like I have on both sides. My in-laws and my personal family are all really understanding and open people. Like they're not, I can't imagine any one of them making demands. Maybe my dad's the most demanding, but even him, like he just kind of gives up for like after you tell him no twice.
Yeah. True.
You know, it's not like a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe I just lack perspective on this. I've never had like a difficult family member that I'm super close to that's making demands on me.
That's true. I can see that.
Yeah.
I just think I'm not qualified to answer this.
Yeah, exactly. I think I just don't have the perspective.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm picturing my family member, like if it was one of my family members that was a grown-ass adult at 31 years old and I agreed to take care of them and like they're healing in my house and I have a nurturing dynamic there. I don't know. I don't have a kid, so I don't. But
exactly.
like if I had some sort of obligation or like felt in my heart that I'm supposed to take care of this person, and then I also had another person I care about in my family that was coming over, I feel like both in my world, both parties understand. But this is not obviously my world, so I don't know. I can't even imagine that. I can't imagine that.
My thoughts exactly. Okay, next one.
Yeah.
My 24 female, there's a 24 female writing this.
Okay.
My boyfriend cheated on me with a coworker, but insists on still being friends with them.
I just can't.
So here's my issue.
I just can't.
Right? Me, 24 female, my boyfriend, 26 male, were together for about 2 years and we were in a long distance relationship. Everything was going well. We kept in communication, talked every night, visited each other throughout the year to be physically together for a little bit. Suddenly I get a call from him saying that he's starting to have second thoughts, which led to him admitting that he had met up with a new coworker and kissed her. I didn't dump him because I still loved him, and he said he still loved me. Every time we talked after that, I tried to stay calm and go back to the usual things we would talk about. I basically let the alleged kiss stay in the past, and I trusted him not to do it again. A week later, I get another call, and he says he met up with the coworker again, and they shared another kiss. Talking it out with him more, he said the lack of physical contact between us was making him crave it from someone else. At this point in time, I was actually supposed to travel in a week and live with him for 3 months, so I told him I still wanted to come. He then broke up with me, saying he can't let himself have me come over while he's having feelings for someone else, and if I did fly over, he wouldn't pick me up. We officially broke up after that.
Well, that's the best decision that's been made so far.
Yeah, dude, but then she's like trying to drag it out.
She's 24.
I know, man.
Listen,
we don't even have to read the rest of this one.
You're going to go through this. It sucks, but no, like just right now, know at least logically, this is not good. It's not the right path for you. Get out.
He doesn't like you.
He doesn't like you. If he cared about you, if he respected you, this wouldn't be happening right now. You would feel very safe and comfortable in your relationship. And if you're not feeling that way, this isn't the one. This isn't a healthy relationship. You have to have standards. You have to not settle. You have to not bend your whole fucking life to because you had feelings for some stupid fuck. Like this guy is not for you. And like maybe he's not a stupid fuck. Maybe he's honoring his own feelings. Like he's mature enough to at least break up with you and not have you move all the way here.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't know what he's going through either. It's confusing. It's a confusing time. Your 20s are not fun. Like I don't know why everyone thinks that they want to go back to being in their 20s. Like it's not fun. It's not a fun time. I think everyone's just trying to figure their life out. Everything's so chaotic. You don't know where you're at in your career. You don't know where you're at with relationships. You're in this weird dating pool. You're having feelings you never felt before, and it's a fucking mess. Okay, it's not fun, but you have to go through it so you can learn. And one of the biggest things, and the faster you learn this, the better your life will be, is that you can't, like when someone shows you they're not into you, they don't respect you, they don't care for you, they don't care if they hurt you, then that's not a person you want in your life. And like, that's just point blank.
But people change.
Okay.
Don't people change?
Listen, I am okay with someone going through a change and we meet up back later at a later point and we can reassess the situation. That I am not even going to judge you for that, because I do believe that people can change. And I do think that if you make the assessment that they have changed and now you are a proper fit for each other, then there's nothing wrong with that. Move on from there. But at this point,
you can move on and forgive. Yeah.
At this point in your guys' life, it's not the right time. It's not the right fit. It's not the right person. And if you want to keep that self-respect, you need to move the fuck on.
Love it. Mic drop. Go, girl.
Thank you.
We saw Barbie.
You got me fucking enraged.
We saw the Barbie movie.
Shut up.
Okay? We know what's going on when we're out there with the female stuff.
With the female stuff.
And standing up for ourselves for once.
Maybe if we were just societally conditioned a different way.
There you go. Okay, this one, tell me if this is a rough year or toughie for you.
Okay.
My 18 female girlfriend doesn't want me, 19 male, to go to concerts with her, but she lets random people join? So me and my girlfriend have been dating for almost half a year now. She likes going to concerts a lot, like 2 or 3 times a month. She usually goes with her girlfriends and doesn't want me to come. She says we hang out a lot anyways, so let me have fun with my girlfriends. I have been to 2 concerts with her, and honestly, I had a lot of fun. But during the last concert, some random guy asked if he can join their group, and she was the one that accepted him. So the 3 of them were basically in the concert together hanging out. Now, I wouldn't feel weird about the situation if it wasn't for the fact that I can't go.
Yeah.
But this random guy is able to join their group.
Yeah, agree.
I asked her about this, and she said it's rude to turn someone down.
What? You're turning him down?
I'm not sure if I'm just being stupid and this is normal.
No.
And also, one small thing that she does is go partying a lot, and I don't really feel comfortable about her being around so many drunk guys since I know how these parties go. Almost the same people every party. I asked her to maybe do it less, and she's been doing it. And she said she's been doing it before me and doesn't want to change herself. I don't know if I'm just wording too much.
No, this is not the right person for you. Hey, you're just, you guys are young. I get it. But like, I used to fall for these stories too, and it never felt right for me. And I used to think maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm being too
possessive.
Yeah, maybe I'm being possessive or something. And I was like so chill and I was like so fucking cool. But it did not feel good as a partner in a relationship. When I've never compartmentalized like this. My person has always been my best friend. So every boyfriend I've ever had, if it was a serious relationship, like they're my best friend. I can't imagine not wanting them to come with me somewhere. So in a relationship where that happened to me and my partner was like one of these people that does this, where they compartmentalize and they have boys' nights and they go hang out with other girls, but I'm not allowed to come, or even if it's something like super fun, like I had this one ex where, okay, you know how much I love the water, right? Like yes. I fucking love water. I love swimming. I love ocean. I love like anything that has to do with water. Okay. I was just chilling at home and we were supposed to hang out. And then he's like, oh, I'm hanging out actually with these other people. And they went to a water park.
Oh, man.
And it was like, I didn't even get an invite. Nothing. I'm just sitting at home with my thumb on my
boyfriend?
Fucking asshole. Yeah. And they just like went to a water park all day long.
Sounds
like
fun.
Didn't invite me, and they got in for free. She had a bunch of free tickets. Like the friend had a bunch of free tickets.
That sounds like a blast.
And like we had many. This was not the only time. This is like one of many times where I just wasn't invited.
Did he pull the? Oh, I didn't know you wanted to come.
Yes.
That's so good.
Like you didn't even ask.
The balls.
Like you know that I'm here all day. You were supposed to hang out with me. It's like, oh yeah, we had an extra ticket too. Oh, that's fucking cool. That's fucking cool.
The balls.
Like and then like, okay, so this particular one, she's actually setting a rule that she likes to have her girls' night separate, her concert night separate. This was
random.
At least it's a less gaslighting involved. But like there was a point where I realized like my ex-partner, this was the only partner I ever had that did this, which like needed to have boys. Actually, no, I had 2 partners that did this. They needed to have boys' nights. I just don't get it. I'm sorry, because the whole time they're just talking to girls. Like in these boys' nights, he's friends with single guys, and they're just talking to girls.
Love it.
So like, why can't I come? You're already hanging out with girls.
True.
Like, I don't get it. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I'll never get it. Maybe you just have to find a partner that has the same values as you, because we don't do that to each other ever. We've never done that. Like, we've always kind of just like had the mutual agreement that like, yeah, like I don't really want to go out and hang out with guys, if you're not there, like it's not
as fun.
It's not something I would pick. Like if it happens and like you couldn't make it or something, like fine, but it's not something I would choose.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to understand. I don't have like, I don't really do girls' nights. I didn't really do like, we didn't.
Well,
really,
the whole like you're not allowed thing is hilarious. First of all,
yeah, you're not allowed is like so
it's
weird
hilarious.
to me.
And he had fun. That's the saddest part.
I know.
I went and I had a lot of fun. And then it's
So
like,
sad.
and then he's like, "Oh, do I get to come next time?"
No.
I kind of love that. And with that, that's all the time we have for
That's
today.
all the time we have. And hey, again, we're not experts. These are all just personal opinions. You do whatever feels
Hot
right for
takes.
your relationship, because ultimately from the beginning I said a relationship is just it's mutually agreed upon rules. That's all it is. It really is. It could be a relationship could look different for every single person. For us, these are the things that would not be okay for me. I could never get over if someone cheated on me. I just couldn't.
Same.
Like it would just have to be done over with, because I couldn't get over it. But if you are going to get over it and you are one of those people that can just forgive and forget, good for you. But then you have to really forgive and forget. You have to, like,
Seriously.
never comes back up again.
Like if Nikki came home and there was like a shoe print that's not familiar with my shoes on the back of her head, I'd be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
No one could step on my head like you do, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You got the heavy shoes too.
I got the big old shoes.
So fucking weird.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, everybody.
Yeah, guys. And that was not a bit at all. It's so totally real.
So real.
So you're
if
in
you like the show,
for
you
the
can listen to it a
monkeys.
day early if you subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/sticky.
And it really supports the show in these times of there being an oversaturation with podcasts. You know, sometimes we haven't had something for you to buy in a while. So there's
buy
that.
us. So buy
there's
us.
that. We also have a great Discord community. We do free roll poker tournaments every month. We have a live stream every month. And it's just a general fun, good time with great people. So come on down.
Yes, sir.
Links in the description. Other than that, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.